Problems with light fixtures, outlets, breakers? With Live Home Help, get on a face-to-face call with an expert for virtual assistance for just $39.99. DIY doesn't mean do it alone.
Before you start any electrical job, please make sure you turn off the power from your circuit breaker and make sure you are up to date with your local electrical codes. Let's get into today's video, which is 3 different methods on how to fix damaged Romex wires. Let's get to method number 1. I'll be working on my mock-up right here. Even though you turned off the power from the circuit breaker, you always want to test it out with this voltage tester. Let's simulate that this is located outside your wall and you're trying to fix this damaged wire. For this instance, since you're just going to have an exposed wire outside your wall, you can use a J-box like this, or a handy box, where you can insert 2 of the wires through here. I've installed these NM connectors, and let me show you how to install these. All you got to do is punch out these little knockouts with a hammer. What you're going to use is an NM connector. Unscrew the top, insert it through those holes you just knocked out, screw back the locking nut, and push it down to tighten it, just like that. It's nice and tight. Same thing for the other side. We also notice on this J-box that there is a ground wire connected to this metal box, so make sure that this is grounded. Having this damaged wire, you might as well just cut it straight right in the middle. What I'm using is wire cutters. If you do have extra slack that you can pull, even better. But if not, you might have to end up using pigtails to connect these 2 wires together. You can tighten the NM connectors. You can just strip off the sheet out of this, take this J-box, and screw it to whatever material or area that you wish. But I'm not going to do that in this demonstration. I'm just showing you what you can do to wire this up. Take all your wires and strip them. I have one end all opened up, the other end opened up as well, and I've got this ground wire. In some cases, sometimes you don't have slack to pull all this wire out into this handy box, so you're going to have to go through the pigtail method. Just take some pigtails and connect it through these connectors that I'm going to be using, which are the WO221s. I really like using these. They are easy, and you can reuse them. But since we have enough wire here, we won't need to pigtail anything. Just connect the black to black. Now I'm taking my 3 lever WOs. Connect that, connect the J-box, and then connect the other line. Just take everything and tuck it neatly inside the box. I don't have a metal cover for this, but you can take a blank cover and just close it. Just like that. Easy, simple, done. Now, if you don't want to leave this as a blank, take off the blank, and you can actually replace this with an outlet. Replace this, and now you have a usable outlet that you can use, so you don't have to waste or have a blank box just sitting around. All we did here was disconnect all the WO221 connectors. So we're back with the open and splice wiring. I use my volt claw to make these shepherd hooks at the end. I'm going to shepherd hook every one of these wires. I'm going to use a 15 amp outlet, and I'm just going to connect everything like this. Put the wire right in. I'm going to use my combination screwdriver. This is a must-have if you're working with outlets. Go clockwise so the hots are combined, the neutrals are combined. Then you're going to take a ground pigtail, attach it to the ground section of the outlet, combine all of the ground wires together, push this in, and that's it. Also, if you wanted a faster and easier outlet, instead of the regular residential or commercial version, there is one by Leviton. This one is called the Decora Edge, and it's super easy. It's kind of like these WO221s, but they're built into these outlets. All you have to do is insert them in, push them in, and close them all up. Same thing with the neutrals, and in less than a minute, you can have it installed. So, what if you're working with drywall? You can use this old work J-box. What's great about this is that you can just push it inside the drywall, and this will clamp right against the drywall, so you don't have to attach this to any stud or whatnot. Put it on the J-box, and you're done. On to our third method in fixing these damaged cables, and that is using these interconnectors. This one is by TE. It's a 2-way piece that you just clip on together once you attach it, and I'll show you that later. There's a huge debate on using these TE connectors or interconnectors, so for all my electricians out there, if you're watching this, please leave a comment down below. I want to know your opinion on this. But if you look into the NEC, this is the version I have, the NEC Codebook 2020. If you want to look at this, pause the video and check it out yourself. I'm going to show you how to use this and how easily you can install it. But for me personally, once I install this, I don't think I want to bury this, like leave it inside the drywall or enclose it with this in there. Personally, in my opinion, I don't feel comfortable doing it. But according to the codebook, it looks like it's allowed. That's just my interpretation. What we did here is cut the damaged wire in two. For this one, you can use 15 amp to 20 amp solid copper conductors. It says white, green for the ground, black, and red. I'm just going to ensure the insulated part passes through this little hole right here. I'll cut it from here. I'm not going to strip the cable. If you look right here, the hot wire is longer than the ground and the white. Then, we're going to use our channel lock pliers to clamp it in place. Just push down so the tab is closed on each end. You can see the white, the ground, and the hot wire are all compressed into that connector. Next, take the screws provided and place them right underneath. We've now done this on both sides. Flip one over, and it should click together just like that. Once you hear it click, it is nice and secure. This is probably something I'd want to connect in a dry area, exposed, where I can see it physically, instead of it being buried inside the wall somewhere. So, this is another option for you friends. Those are my 3 methods on how to fix damaged cables.